yeah, there are really a lot of things that I've learned from last year, and yeah, this year will be all about not repeating the mistakes and try to get better at a little bit everything.
It's not that easy, you know. It's a fine line. You always try to obviously get everything out of yourself, the car, and so on. And if you perform on the limit, then it's also part of the limit that sometimes you go over.
This is totally self-inflicted here for Ferrari.
It's a long way to establish a winning cycle, but showing that we are still capable of developing in the right direction and eventually closing the gap. The gap was still there, not so big, so hopefully we can. Closing it means to have some opportunity somehow to challenge our competitors.
Formula One Grand Prix has just been postponed because of fears over the virus. It is the most high-profile sporting event that has been cancelled over the novel coronavirus outbreak.
News overnight that Formula One team McLaren had pulled out of the race.
They've got a choice to make between running no event or running an event without spectators.
AGPC has been advised by Formula One of the cancellation of the race. The Australian Formula One Grand Prix has been cancelled.
They want their money back!
Come on, man, I flew 28 hours to come here.
I hope they give us a refund.
The health and safety and welfare of teams and people, the community generally has to take precedence. Just want to say sorry to our fans.
The car a little bit squirrely. He took a very wide line in.
Alex Albon goes third fastest, pushes Sebastian Vettel out of qualifying. The driver who you'd expect to be in Q3 is out. It's Sebastian Vettel.
How are we safe?
You are P10.
That's crazy.
I wasn't quite happy with the car. Was not so happy with the car. Yeah, more oversteer on entry than I would like. But we see, I think tomorrow is a different picture.
And it's lights out and away we go! And Bottas gets away very nicely indeed. Off the track goes Charles Leclerc as well. Bottas leads, Verstappen's back in second, Norris behind him. Albon has Lewis Hamilton right alongside him as well. And then there's three abreast behind that. Perez and Vettel and also Carlos Sainz. Sainz on Charles Leclerc. The McLaren might have better speed coming up towards turn 3. They're going wheel to wheel. Leclerc's on the inside. Carlos Sainz will be his teammate next year and crashes into Sebastian Vettel this year.
No car damages. Understood. Tire pressure okay for our side.
The DRS is helping Sainz, it's helping Leclerc as well. Leclerc moves ahead of Carlos Sainz. Sainz is going to fight this one out, locks up on the inside. They don't touch, Leclerc moves around the outside, gets a bit twitchy on the exit of the corner, but moves into fourth. Charles Leclerc into the podium places. Charles Leclerc, after a miserable weekend for Ferrari, gets on the podium.
For sure, the car was very difficult today. I tried my best. Obviously, the safety cars helped us. It was quite entertaining in the end, but not the result that I wanted.
I'm extremely happy. I did not expect to finish P2 today. So yes, we made the best out of it. At the end, that's what I told me. We need to take every opportunities, and anytime I had an opportunity on track, I took it in an aggressive way, but that's the way I had to drive today.
It was a car that was on pole here last year. We were looking at the speed traps and they were one of the slowest, right? Well, it's the straights that they're struggling on, so I'm sure they'll be looking at that, maybe less rake next weekend and try and get the car working.
And that is not good news at all for Charles Leclerc. He's out of qualifying. Sebastian Vettel through by 0.08 of a second at the expense of the man who was on pole at the Red Bull Ring in the Austrian Grand Prix last year. Lights out, away we go. They're all keeping out of trouble so far, apart from the two Ferraris. Sebastian Vettel and Charles Leclerc made contact. That rear wing just hanging on.
Somebody took off my rear wing.
Is it big damage, small damage? What is it?
We still don't know. We saw some damage on the left rear of the floor.